This is named as Shakti. So we now has come to a very, very special segment of this special day. So in Sanskrit, Shakti means power, energy, and the divine feminine force. The very essence of creation, strength, and transformation. It is that inner spark that moves mountains, nurtures life, and drives every new beginning. So today, as we celebrate the innovation in agriculture and the spirit of Indo-Brazilian collaboration, Shakti reminds us of the energy that flows through each seed, each idea, and each human endeavor. It is the force that empowers farmers to adapt, scientists to discover, and nations to unite for a better tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us take this moment to honor that unstoppable spirit, the Shakti within nature, within our work, and within each one of us. And may this session inspire us to channel that energy into meaningful action so that our future we sow today grows into abundance for generations to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, here Shakti, which means the power, the energy, and the divine feminine, which means in Sanskrit. But here we are gonna fill as the session on holistic analytics, knowledge and transfer intelligence, Indo-Brazil collaboration for social good. So everyone, it's time to begin with the session 2 Shakti, and to introduce the same, I would like to request Dr. Alok Kumar Bansal to please join us on the stage and give the intro of the same session. Everyone, can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Alok?
So, thank you so much. So we'll start the technical sessions, but due to time constraint, we'll have to club a few of the sessions now, and from 3 o'clock we'll go into the details under the Devi session, which is developing India, and we'll go into the details of these solutions. So before I go ahead, because now we are clubbing a few of the sessions on our technological solutions and the research, first I would like to invite our Deputy General Manager, Mr. Puneet Pandey sir, to share his thoughts in a briefer manner, the significance of this event, because we have time constraint, and followed by our Chief Solution Architect, Mr. Bharat Satyapalli. So the things that we are doing, and then I'll go into the details, but primarily we'll take care of this, the technologies of this one from 3 o'clock. But I will definitely share this one, because and the next session will start from 12 o'clock, so considering the time constant. Please, Mr. Puneet sir.
Thank you, Dr. Alok. Firstly, I would like to welcome all of you on the event of Rashtra. And my name is Puneet, and I represent research group. So, firstly, Rashtra जो है, for me, मेरे लिए it's a part of a journey. जैसे कि अभी सभी कुछ डेलीगेट्स ने कहा कि हमें ग्राउंड को कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ और टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ कनेक्ट करना एक बड़ा ही मेजर प्रॉब्लम रहा है. तो मैंने ये देखा है कि ये जो जर्नी रही है हमारी टीम की जो शुरुआत हुई 2018-19 से लेके, तो उसमें सबसे बड़ा मेजर चैलेंज हमारे लिए था कि सबसे पहले डिसाइड करना कॉन्सेप्ट्स, और फिर कॉन्सेप्ट्स को प्रोसेस में कन्वर्ट करना, और उस प्रोसेसेस को फिर ज़मीन तक ले जाना और किसानों तक ले जाना. और इस पूरे इकोसिस्टम को बड़ी ही अच्छे से ग्राउंड लेवल पे लेके गए. हमारा जो प्लेटफॉर्म हमने इन हाउस डेवलप किया अग्रणी, स्मार्टफोन के आने के बाद जो ट्रांसफॉर्म हुआ टेक्नोलॉजी, उसका सबसे बड़ा फ़ायदा हमें ये हुआ कि जो हम लैब में बैठ के कॉन्सेप्ट्स और प्रोसेसेस को सोचते थे, और काफ़ी बार मैंने सुना, हमारी टीम ने सुना कि ये कर पाना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, थोड़ा असंभव सा लगता है, लेकिन आज मैं बड़ी कन्विक्शन के साथ ये कह रहा हूँ, और हमारी टीम ने जो टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप की अग्रणी प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू, जो चीज़ें आज हमें 5 साल पहले इम्पॉसिबल लगती थी, आज वो हम डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, और 140 प्लस डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, और बड़े ही सक्सेसफुल तरीके से डिलीवर कर रहे हैं। और इसके साक्षी हैं हमारे कुछ किसान भाई जो यहाँ पे अभी मौजूद हैं, वो इन टेक्नोलॉजीज़ का फ़ायदा उठा रहे हैं और काफ़ी चीज़ें हम अभी ग्रो कर रहे हैं जिसको आप आने वाले समय में उन टेक्नोलॉजीज़ को आप देख पाएंगे और उसका इफ़ेक्ट रियलाइज़ कर पाएंगे। सो मेरे लिए एक जर्नी है और राष्ट्र एक जर्नी का पड़ाव है और यहाँ से हम अभी और भी आगे चीज़ों को लेके जाएंगे। और इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं विराम देता हूँ और आलोक मुखर्जी को आगे से चलते हैं।
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you all the chief guests who have attended this Rashtra 2025 seminar, and on this special occasion, the India-Brazil Friendship Day, and also all the distinguished guests, guest of honors, and our FPOs and the representatives from the FPOs, farmers, and our own colleagues from Leeds, BL Agro Group and Leeds Connect Services, all our field team, research team, development team. So I'd like to thank everyone on behalf of the BL Agro Group. And so before getting into the technical details, I just wanted to give a brief about the journey. Leeds Connect, so as a subsidiary of BL Agro Group, as Sir Ganesham sir mentioned and Namni sir mentioned. So we were working in agriculture and agri business domain, and then we were dealing with farmers, all the agri stakeholders, manufacturers, being a leading oil manufacturer in the country. So understood that creating impact on the ground, addressing the challenges of the farmers and all the stakeholders is very much important to create the impact, and also enhance the livelihoods of the farmers and create a very sustainable and profitable agri ecosystem. So that's when the research started through the company Leeds Connect Services as a group company. So we started engaging with all the stakeholders, right from farmers, financial institutions, understanding the fintech interventions, the role of fintech interventions in the agriculture and agribusiness. The research started. Also, the core research in terms of the systems approach, everyone is facing globally the climate change, the impact of extreme weather events on the agriculture and the environment. So keeping these things in focus, we came up with this product. Agrani, so it's agriculture and disaster risk analytics using next intelligence platform. So the main three challenges which we are addressing with this Agrani is first ensuring food security and nutritional security across the country, in fact the global scale, and second providing sustainable livelihoods to the farmers and all the stakeholders of the agriculture ecosystem, and third maintaining the environmental sustainability through addressing the disaster and climate extreme weather events, the problems. So that's why the name agriculture and disaster risk analytics using next intelligence platform. So I'll skip these details because these are some of the impact what we have created on the ground. If you see, there are some we have engaged more than 5 lakh farmers. We did some CCs. CCs are crop cutting experiments, very much important in the context of insurance and then yield. And also the different engagements on ground, we did it, and then the journey started getting into the digital agriculture projects. So if you see, these are some of the projects in various sectors and domains where we're working with nodal agencies of Government of India, some prestigious projects. We worked in not only in agriculture but also in the disaster management. So through our research team and in-house, we also have a core innovation team working in different products apart from agriculture. So we have a diverse set of research going on in the within the organization. Not only Agrani, so Agrani is one of our flagship products definitely, but we have many other products where we will be we'll be doing a detailed discussions in the later sessions. So like Pickstack, Evara, so Alok sir will be discussing more about them, the journey about the group companies. So we also have a lead section which is a startup within the group companies where we are working on like these big kind of products. So we'll get into the details about that in the next technical sessions. So quickly to wrap, to address what is the main focus, as I mentioned. So it's addressing these three challenges. We call it triple challenges in the context of food system. So we are addressing this food system challenges, and by that's why the multi-event. If you see this, the definition, space tech AI-based multi-event, right? So because So you need, if you address the challenges in an isolated manner, maybe you'll not be able to create or understand and that holistic approach, right? That's why this multi-event approach is considered. And providing like multi-event, when you say socially, ecologically and environmentally, you're creating the impact, addressing the user needs by providing different like advisory services, hyper-local advisory services, fintech interventions, and the most important aspect, the market linkages. So we, that's how the product was developed. So this is the again the systems approach which we took to onboard all the stakeholders and provide to do the risk interventions, like in the context like we geotag the farmlands of the farmers, and once we geotag, so using Spacetech AI, so we have different data sets ingested into our smart data pipeline through which we generate different proprietary scores like agriculture credit score, SOL, PASS, like Devi Sapsati. So we'll be talking about them in more in technical sessions, but I'm just giving a cover basic insights of that. So using those different proprietary scores, we are providing the hyperlocal advisory to farmers. So we are also, I mean, even sir also our guest of honor like Dr. Anuj also addressed that. So we are working in some of the projects with FPOs where we are providing advisory in their mobile phones in the local languages, so they have the access to these scores so that they can see any impact on the ground before the season, because we are considering the historical data sets and the current season, so they can see the impact also. So that's how we are providing them insights. Not only that, we are also giving them access to finance. So we have tie-up with various banks and insurance companies through which we are giving them access to the finance. We are one of the partners of leading banks of India like SBI as an ITBC and then business associates. So we have this first level underwriting using our agriculture credit score. Through that we provide the loans to the farmers and agri businesses. And then we have also insurance integration done in the mobile application where all the stakeholders can apply for it. So through that we are providing all the requirements of addressing the across the value chain. And the other end is like we have the manufacturers process onboarded through our Agrani Pro, where we connect the FPOs, farmers and to the manufacturers and traders. We have built an entire procurement platform where they can negotiate in real time and then they can do the trading. So these are some of the differentiators, like the most important aspect is like providing the advisory at hyper local level and doing the risk assessment. So we have the flexibility of scaling up, because one of the most important challenges in addressing is like different ecological zones. We need to scale up. The model should be scalable in the context of addressing the different challenges. So these are one of the important aspects we considered. Also having the ensemble analytics for yield estimation models. So we consider all these aspects while providing the solutions to the all the stakeholders. So these are some of the modules. I'll quickly walk through. Like farm to kitchen is something, the entire value chain solution for all the stakeholders, and we have crop risk, credit risk, disaster risk, and DRAS and advisory solutions. So which I just spoke about a while back. And these are quickly, this is a SaaS-based platform which we are offering to all the stakeholders. We see there are 3 apps and 1 web-based portal for all, again, FPOs, all the financial institutions, and even government organizations and nodal agencies. So like Sati app is for our field agents who collect the data on ground, and Kisan app is for the farmers, Pro app is for agri-businesses, and the portal. So I'll just quickly skip these things because this is just a process. We'll be dwelling into the details. Hyperlocal advisory, which we are providing to farmers, which are similar. These were the scores which we are giving to our all farmers, like SOL score, ACS, health score, and these are all the analytics which we are providing. So these are the photographs, real-time photographs which we capture through our mobile and analyze and then give them the advisory. So some fintech interventions, and like this is the entire digital journey. So we can we onboard, we can generate the leads through our mobile applications and do the KYC verification, do first level underwriting, and give these leads to the banks, and banks will do underwrite and provide the loans to farmers and other stakeholders. And so this is like again for agri-business, not only for farmers but also the agri-businesses who wanted to set up the processing units, who wanted to take agri-business loans or like harvester loans or post-harvest loans. That is also possible. And this is the insurance, like we have all the insurance like cattle insurance, livestock insurance, and like health insurance. Not only just the crop related but also the entire livelihood of the farmers can be addressed through this insurance module. And market linkages, which I was talking about. So this is a market linkages thing. So where we onboard all the stakeholders like FPOs, traders and sellers. We do KYC verification and the commodity management, stock management, warehouse management, like commodity wise, quality parameters, trade management. So all the entire modules have been built so that we connect the entire agri value chain and provide the solutions and create the actual impact on the ground. So with this, I just wanted to wrap it up, and if I get time again in the second half, we'll get into the details more about it. And this is about some of the features of the platform. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everyone, can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Bharat Sethupathi, please? And I would like to introduce once again Dr. Alok. And now is the session on 360-degree solutions for food security and agro ecosystem. And for the same, I would like to invite once again Dr. Alok on the stage. Everyone, let's go ahead with next session with Dr. Alok.
I will not take much time, but I will try to provide the entire story of this journey of Leads Group and what were the reasons of technological interventions, what kind of research and development we did and implemented on ground. So, because there is time constraint, so I'd like to keep it very, very brief. Actually, what happened? We started our journey through kind of isolated areas in the agricultural value chain. This country has around 130 agrometeorological zones and around 20-25 agroecological zones. It means the thing that we develop for this region may not be effective for other regions if we don't take care of the local complexity and all. So that forced us to adopt the system science approach because without that it's not possible. So, as I mentioned that I'll go into the details from in the Devi season. So, just I would like to explain that what kind of interventions we actually did. Now, what happened when we understood that one of the most important roadblock to implement effective solution on ground is to connect all the dots in the agri value chain. This means I'm saying from the perspective of technology also, from the policy making purpose also, and from the implementation purposes also. It means to onboard all the stakeholders on the platform first. It means from the input side to the output side, analytics at the farm level, risk management at the hyperlocal level. These things should be there. 360-degree understanding has to be there to all stakeholders, not just confined to farmers, from the input side also, from the output side also. Next, what happened? When we started going into the details of this one, we understood that if we try to address agriculture in a very isolated manner, so I just want to give one example and then I will move forward. So if there is a farm and there is stress because of the water or maybe some kinds of ecological or natural hazards in and around of that region, and if we don't consider this one, because generally we do when we go for the productivity analysis, we go for the alerts and advisory, we take care of the floods, drought and the water station analysis. So what does it mean? It means farm is an event, and to take care of that event we have to take care of the other aligned events. It means this is related to the entire ecosystem approach. So here, before I go further, with all humility, I would like to say that Dr. Kusmita ma'am said that she is from geology and all. So actually, then we went into NatCat also, the climate side and all. So we also try to understand the ecosystem dynamics, because without considering that one, right now we are talking about NBS, nature-based solution analytics and all. In the context of agriculture also, it's not possible if you are not considering that side also, because I will go into the details of those things. So before I go further, what actually we achieved till now? So more than 50 million, around 50 million hectares reach. As Mr. Puneet sir mentioned that more than 150 districts reach, deployed a flood modeling solution with 100-year return period analysis for entire state, and then deployed and got approval. Means we have deployed a comprehensive yield modeling solutions, the productivity dynamics, not with conventional AI, with a strong AI architecture in the direction of Bayesian AI, because this is very much important. So as far as, so I will not go into the details of this one, but this is very important to show the journey. So Agrini was an attempt to bring everything at one plane, but then we understood that we have to have a very, very core focus on the productivity dynamics. That's why yes, Anna comes into the picture, that is yield ecosystem association analytics. Then we got into pick stack. Stack means we are seeing stack of pixels. It's a totally a complete full packaged product on NatCat side. Then we went to Canfic also, that is causal analysis for the intelligent classification. Very much important because we are right now, as I just mentioned, around 130 ecological zones. How can, if this is, I want to put it in a little bit in a technical manner. If I have to take care of, if we have to take care of the local complexity of 130 ecological zones, so what kind of classifications are required? Not just in the context of only crop dynamics, other ecological dynamics parameters also. So CANFIC is not confined to only crop classification, but other parameters also. And then, as Mr. Bharat also mentioned in the beginning, and recently our farmers are there. I would like to quote that two FPOs headed by respected Sardar sir and Malik sir and Tomar sir were there, and all farmers are there. For them, we launched a dedicated Devi Sapsati portal that we say actually development indices, satellite and photograph analytics. For what? For scores, for association, for heuristics, and then transition dynamics. Why is it required? It is required to actually make the entire thing very, very sustainable. We are saying that productivity dynamics and all, but how to bring everything on one plate in a very seamless technical manner also. So then we developed different proprietary scores and we delivered also, starting with land utility score. Land is very much important. Then it's a subsidiary specialized focus on agriculture. So agricultural credit score, which Mr. Bharat was also mentioning that the SBI was using for the first level underwriting. So we did not confine ourselves to that only. We went to crop utility score. Very much important to identify new value chains, and very much important to understand that in many places, not in this country, in the context of global region also, that maybe a few crops are grown or cultivated which is not suitable for that cultivable region. If it is not being addressed, what will happen? Maybe right now we are it's a hypothetical consideration. Maybe right now we are maybe some area is the food wall or something, but if the right crop is not there, right practices are not there, if the suitability dynamics is not in sync with that crop, what will happen? After 10-15 years, the productivity will start decreasing, and it's like a severe ecological hazard scenario. Then what happened? We moved to a subsidy score, that is the attempt to bring all the stakeholders in one place. How? We tried to build something where we should not be overtly dependent on satellite datasets only. Our smart data lake has to be like 360-degree. Means in the context of what? Satellite data set ingestions. If we have any data sets from the drone site or the photograph sites or any kind of a crowdsourced data sets, anything. But it is very easy to say that yes, bring all the data sets, then the analytics will be very, very good. So regarding those things, I will go into the details from after 3 o'clock. But there is one problem technically, that is normalizing and scaling. If it is not right, you are creating a huge footprint problem, not just in the context of energy, in the context of competitions, and in the context of flawed analysis in different zones. So this has to be taken care of. Then when we do this one, so right now we all say that now this is the age of AI. Definitely it is the age of AI and artificial intelligence and advanced technology like space technology and all, very much important. But now there is a catch, something. Just feeding some kind of data sets into any kind of models will not solve any problem. With all humility, we would like to say that we do believe that AI standalone is not the solution. How do we use AI for the solution, which is actually a very strong step towards the solution. So building these products like Agrani, Pigstack, Devi Sapsati, CANFIC, Yasanna, actually we used conventional ML models, deep tech intelligence, and then we moved to strong AI because we have seen something that it's not like that models are like a kind of a global applications or something. There are different dimensions in the context of, from the perspective ecosystem also needs to be taken care of. So with we take means it's our pleasure to share that you can see on the screen that we are saying that it is MA means modeling and analytics platform. Actually everything is there, and then now one more very live product very soon, by the end of next month, we'll be releasing on this one a totally modeling and analytics platform. So whatever we did in this journey, whatever we have learned and whatever success we have got in different ecological zones of this country, we are bringing everything on one plate and going to release this one. Now I would like to, because technical details, it will take some time, so that will be as I mentioned. But I would like to say that as you can see in this one, so agri value chain stress analytics, you can see that the different parts, different dimensions of this spectrum has been considered, and the idea was to always like NatCat analysis is also there, green analysis is also there, and then few more products. So when we are saying this one, with the utmost humility, I would like to say that these are no more concepts. We have launched our integrated command center also, in which these things are there. So just I would like to give one journey, the reason behind these kind of organic evolution of these products. We understood that we need ecosystem approach, and ecosystem approach requires dedicated focus on different dimensions. So different products came into the picture, and then you must have seen that just we are saying that green analytics or something. For this also we have taken a different initiative. We are calling it Ganga, that is green and generative analytics. So why actually are we doing this one? A very simple thing. As I was hearing the very pertinent points by one of our eminent speakers, that technology push may not be effective. Yes, it means we need to understand that we are pushing to what actually. Is it right now accommodative for our technologies and the solutions? So to understand that which zone requires what kind of solutions, what kind of combinations, what kind of models, what kind of mathematical architectures, what kind of 360-degree connect. So whenever we say 360-degree connect, it can't be generalized. It has to be very relevant in the context of factors. So one thing I would like to say again with utmost humility, that we right now here across world on the research fraternity and all, the data-driven intelligence. I would like to say that with a little bit of risk, that data-driven intelligence will not be enough to solve the problem of humanity, this human race. We need to move from data-driven intelligence to context-driven intelligence. Then only we can actually implement localized solutions and this one. So Leads group, under the guidance of BL Agro group, we have taken a huge leaps in this direction. So right now, as you can see, that if 5 or 6 products are live in functional and we deployed in different places. Right now, Dr. Anu sir was also saying that we had a very successful, means we still working with in Karnal to FPOs and farmers. We'll keep doing this one. I would like to skip a few of the slides because few of the things were explained by Mr. Bharat also. But I would like to show a few things, and then I will come back. The team will come back, and I will come back after in the Devi session to go into the details of this one, because it will take some time. So when we did this one, so after that we understood, as I was saying, that actually what we need, a standalone product, it will not solve. We need a stack of products interrelated with each other with a core focus that how to handle that event. Now, entire scientific study should not be discussing in this manner that I am focusing this event, agriculture event, because this event is dependent on n number of events. So what about those events? It's a function of subsidiary variables. We need to take care of that one also. That's why very dedicated and a comprehensive package. That's why we named it EVARA, Ecosystem Value Added Risk Analytics. And then we did not, and we have done n number of use cases. Not just use cases, we have deployed our solution to government agencies, to different corporates. We are now working with the FPOs also. In the background, I would like to give a little detail, and then I will wrap it up for now, so that we can discuss it later on. I also would like to say, and in different forums, I have mentioned about these initiatives, and I kept on mentioning because this is very much important. Because whenever we say that we are developing some advanced technology, AI models and all, in the background, what kind of things we need to take care of? So, dedicated initiative on the numerical modeling under Namaste, dedicated, as you can see, the name of the session of is also of this current session is also like Shakti, because we said we believe in this one, that session on holistic analytics, knowledge and transfer intelligence. It's mean 360-degree things need to be considered, but how to do this one? So for this one, we have taken this initiative. Green analytics is very much important. Right now, people are talking about carbon footprint, sequestration and all. I would like to give one example. Right now, you drop an email, there is energy footprint. Right now, it's very cool to say that we are running very, very huge models. But let me tell you one thing. We generally talk about space-time complexity and all. Suppose we can solve I'm just giving a hypothetical example. If I can solve a problem using multiplication, and if I'm running a very advanced model, what about the energy footprint of that one? If we don't take care of these things in this one, it means we are not making things sustainable. So now the discussion has to be at the core also, that even BL Agro and Leads group has also been working in the direction which we are seeing, that sustainable AI. And the first thing which actually need to be taken care of is energy footprint when we are talking about the models also. So under this, we take care of this one also. As I mentioned in the earlier kind of a brief statement, that we deployed a very, very comprehensive flood models for government of West Bengal. Why? And how it happened? I would like to tell you that in that committee, we have given new thresholds for government of West Bengal. Government of West Bengal means there were set thresholds for triggering of flood and all for the NatCat analytics. And there are 3 nodal agencies in this technical committee who got approval with 97-98% success rate. Then there is one state, Assam in Northeast. We are planning to implement the dedicated study on Assam for the sustainability under the resilience study, which we named Radha, and then for the Bengal Kali. And these are not just initiatives. As I was mentioning about Devi's Sapsati. Devi's Sapsati is the product of this initiative, Devi, that is development indices. Very soon, we are going to release a list of development indices for India, and very soon we are going to release a list of indices beginning with outside India for the South Asian countries. So these are the some screenshots of this one. So the technicality, that how actually we handle thresholds, how actually we travel the journey of context-driven intelligence. So I'll go into the details of this one in the second half. Right now we have some time constraints. So thank you so much. I hope that in the Devi's session, and before I wrap up, I would like to say one more thing, that in that session also, because right now when I'll just take 1 minute and then I'll wrap it up. When we talk about agriculture and all, we cannot ignore soil, we cannot ignore rivers, we cannot ignore the mountains, we cannot ignore the landscape. And if we are ignoring and we are focusing on the farms and some historical data sets or some kind of genetic data sets, and then we think that we are making it sustainable, no. I'm really sorry to say that it will not work. So we need ecosystem approach. So in that scenario, what actually we need? So in that context, approach will be required where each dimension has to be on the same plate, backed by sustainable frameworks. So in this regard, the considerations of, besides agriculture and crop management parameters, ecological parameters, landscape parameters, geological parameters, because the water stress is directly related to that one, these things need to be taken care of. Sadly, we see that in many of the places and in the this one, we generally think that it's some kind of a different thing. But no, with all responsibility, we are looking into it, and with lots of satisfaction. I must say on the behalf of BL Agro Group and Leads Group that we have deployed these solutions successfully in many places. We'll keep working on, and we'll give more details in the Devi session. Thank you so much.
And with that, we have just ended an insightful session on 360-degree solutions for food security and agro ecosystem by Dr. Alok B. Mukherjee. Everyone, a huge round of applause for Dr. Alok, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we move towards our next session and I call upon the next speaker on the stage, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency, Madam Anisha, the High Commissioner of Tanzania is here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will now move forward towards our next session, which is the Brazilian FinTech Innovation. Building the global infrastructure for agricultural derivative solutions for FinTech from Brazil's perspective by Mr. Luan Anqueiroz Bahal, who is the Chief Compliance Officer, Akintech. We would like to give a huge round of applause to Mr. Luan Queiroz Bahal. Everyone, can we welcome him on the stage?
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, authorities here present, good morning. It's an honor as Chief Legal Officer of Akintech to be here representing our CEO, Leandro Dias. I would like to begin by expressing my special thanks for Navneet Ravinkar, the CEO of Leads Connect, that invited us and for his leadership and commitment to build this space for dialogue, innovation, and cooperation. Talking about the future of agriculture today means talking more than seeds, crops, and soil. It means talking about technology, finance, global value chains, and sustainability, and above all, trust. Astra express exactly this spirit, understanding that managing risk means, first and foremost, preparing the future based on data, predictability, and analytical intelligence. Brazil, the country I have the honor to represent here today, is a living example of this transformation. In recent years, it has become a veritable laboratory for financial innovation, with the strategic action of our central bank. A favorable environment for fintechs to flourish has been created. And from this ecosystem, we have our PIX, an instant payment system that enable access to credit, reduced transactions costs, and expanded our financial inclusion for millions of Brazilians. PIX shows how the combination of technological innovation, smart regulation, and political will can transform not only the financial system, but the society as a whole. But we all know that no country alone can face the major challenges of the global trade and agriculture. That is why the BRICS context is so important. Brazil, India, and other partners have been advocating for the creation of a more inclusive world. But we need to work not only towards the efficiency, but also financial sovereignty for our countries. And here comes a decisive element, geopolitics. We are living in a time of trade tensions, fragile supply chains, and disputes of strategic resources and growing volatility in international markets. Conflicts in Middle West, tariff disputes in various regions, all these factors increase the perception of risk, but it's precisely in that scenario that opportunities arise. The Global South, and especially countries such as Brazil and India, now have the chance to establish themselves as reliable suppliers and strategic partners in the agriculture, energy, and technological innovation. We can fill the gaps left by disrupted chains and consolidated exported chains. India, at this point, it is impossible not to highlight the natural synergy between Brazil and India. Brazil is one of the largest agricultural producers with vast territories, cutting-edge technology, and consolidated exported chains. India India, in turns, combine population scale, technological dynamism, and ancient agriculture tradition. Together, we have the potential to lead the next phase of the global agriculture, digital, sustainable, and resilient. In this context, that I present AgroDairy, the platform created by Archintech. Our mission is to connect Brazilian agribusiness to global capital through tokenization of agricultural derivatives. In technical terms, tokenizing means converting physical assets into backed digital representations, recorded on a permissioned blockchains, auditable by independent oracles, and interoperable with international custody systems. This ensures greater transparency for investors, legal and technological security for producers, and new possibilities for sustainable financing. A sugar or soybean future contract, for example, can be represented in digital tokens that allow automatic settlement via smart contracts, linked to quality certificates issued by independent inspections. In addition, flows are reconciliated in accordance with standards such as ICC URC 522 and integrated with SWIFT banking messages, ensuring that financial instruments are recognized globally. This framework reduces counterparty risks, increases liquidity, and ensures complete traceability from the producers to the end investor. And this is where the partnership between Leads Connect and Archintech becomes so strategic. Brazil has large-scale production with exportable, surplus, and financial innovation ecosystem already tested in millions of citizens. And India has a vibrant market with growing demand for food as well as globally recognized digital skills and technology. By joining forces, Archintech and Lead Connects can build technological and institutional bridges that based on big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, enable a great predictability in commodity trading. With this, we can predict climate risks, price fluctuations, logistical bottlenecks more accurately, allow investors, producers to anticipate crises rather than just react to them. Our partnership is not just about business. It is about creating a model for trust for the 21st century, a model in which Brazilian farmers can finance their own productions, and with support of Indian investors, Brazilian investors, Russian investors, Chinese investors, investors from all parts of the world. And when we are talking about 21st century agriculture, we cannot limit ourselves to logistics and climate risks, in climate and logistics data. Today we will also talk about exchange rate volatility, increasingly complex regulatory frameworks, compliance requirements, and cyber risks on digital platforms. That is why Archintech developed AgroDairy within the philosophy of compliance by design. Each model of the platform is already compliant with legislation such as LGPD in Brazil, GDPR in Europe, CVM, CIBI standards, as well as international sanctions lists such as OFAC, the UN, the European Union. This means that every transaction carried out on the platform is auditable, transparent, and compatible with the highest international standards. Events as Vastra play an essential role in this process. They allow us to bring the Brazilian BRICS closer to the Indian digital scale, connect BRICS initiatives to concrete demands of agribusiness, and create an ecosystem in which technology, innovation, and security go hand in hand. Allow me to conclude with a personal conviction. If we want to transform the global agriculture, we must transform the finances that sustain it. And if you want to transform finance, we must invest in innovation, trust, and international cooperation. The geopolitical landscape may be marked by crises, but it is precisely in this crisis that opportunities for leadership arise. Brazil and India has everything they need to take this leading role We have production, we have technology, we have entrepreneurial youth, tradition, and above all, we have vision of future. May this Rastra seminar be another step in that direction. May it strengthen the ties between our countries, reinforcing the role of BRICS as a platform for integration, ensure that agriculture, an activity as old as humanity itself, also becomes the engine of innovation for the 21st century. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Luan Quiroz Bahal, for that insightful presentation for building the global infrastructure for agricultural derivatives and fintech solutions from Brazil's perspective. So your expertise highlights how technology and innovation can bridge markets, create resilience, and open new opportunities for both Brazil as well as India. These are the exactly kind of forward-thinking ideas that Rashtra 2025 is designed to nurture and share. And that was such an insightful presentation. But ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next session, which will be the technical session on Brazilian innovation ecosystem and the experience of São Paulo, State, Brazil, by Dr. Enha Ehozeya. So everyone, can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Enha Ehozeya, Director General, Biological Institute, a public research institute under the Secretariat of Agriculture and Supply of the state of São Paulo, Brazil.
I would like to thank for being here. I am speaking in the name of the Brazilian delegation from the state of São Paulo and Rio Grande do Sul. We are from ACTA. ACTA is from the Secretariat of Agriculture of the state of São Paulo. We are 7 research institutions facing together the challenges of the agribusiness sector. So, do I? Well, here's the population of Brazil that I know that everybody here knows that we face huge problems. And despite thinking that we have huge areas in all of the states of Brazil, in the state of São Paulo and Rio Grande do Sul, we have a different situation. You can see here that the smallholders, we have many more small holdings than big areas, big properties in the state of São Paulo. And in Rio Grande do Sul, once we have here one of our colleagues at the delegation, we also have the same scenario. So the state of São Paulo is in the southeast of Brazil, is one of the most important states for technology, which are the most important university and centers of technology, the scientific institutions. A survey made by our Secretariat of Agriculture and Embrapa and also SEBRAE identified the cities with the highest number of architects in Brazil. And you can see that we have 5 cities that have the most important ecosystem for innovation in Brazil. Thinking of that, we thought of mapping all those important cities, and we have what we call the agro corridor or corredor agro, right? You can see that we have 420 kilometers from one city to another. And between Ribeirão Preto and São José dos Campos, here we have the most important university. We have 3 big important state universities in this area, which are the University of São Paulo, University of the State of São Paulo, and University of Campinas. We have most of the technological parks in agriculture or other areas of technology in Brazil in this area. And we also have the research institutions, and ACTA is there, where we belong to. After ecosystem numbers, we are showing you what we have been done in the last year. So we contribute for 1.7 million laboratory analyses, 1 ton of basic seeds available to the production sector. We have 500 scientific researchers. We have nowadays around 400 ongoing research projects, 7 innovation environments once we have our ecosystem, which is called AptaHub. And we also have 5 graduate programs in our 7 institutes. Our ecosystem, AptaHub, is a unique selling point. Apta institutes, which are 7, which I already mentioned, we have Instituto Agronômico, Agronomic Institute, which deals with the varieties, with genetic plant varieties. We have Biological Institute, which I am here, I am the General Director, and I am speaking in the name of my colleagues. Biological institutes work with plant health, animal health, environmental protection. We have the Agriculture Economic Institute, which deals with databases, policy, public policies, and market. We also have the Fishery Institute, which we have here, Dr. Tutui. We have the, help me? ITAL, which is the Food Technology Project Institute, and also Apta Regional, where we have 18 units regionalizing this technology for the farmers. Our 500 researchers, they are in more than 40 cities, municipalities in the states of São Paulo. So we have a complex of technology working very close from the farmers. And our AptaHub ecosystem brings or bridge Apta institutes with agtech startups, companies, and investors to co-create solutions that increase competitiveness and productivity in the context of climate change. And the most important, we are public. We are a public institution. Here are our innovation environments. We are in Ribeirão Preto. Remember that slide that I showed you about the agro corridor? So we are physically with our environmentals in most of those cities, Ribeirão Preto, Campinas, São Paulo, and also in Santos, which is an important port city in the state of São Paulo. Well, the front of action of our AptaHub ecosystem is that we make business formation and acceleration, we prospect and connect the stakeholders, and we make we have innovation community and ecosystems. I will show you the numbers. We also have the Apta programs. We boost our researchers. It's very important to talk about innovation with the researchers, to explain to them how they used it to work in the past, but nowadays how are the challenges and how we should work nowadays. To achieve and give solutions to the sector. We incubate the startups and we make these connections and accelerations of the startups. I would like to stress that this is a very new environment. We are only 3 years old now, but we are in fact working for 1.5 years, and I will show you the numbers that we already have. Here are the big numbers of our AptaHub systems. So as I told you, we have 7 innovation environments. We have 5 innovation programs. We also already have had around more than 4,000 visitors in our environments. We have nowadays 131 startups that have been supported by our programs, 325 members. We have held around almost 60 events and 17 open innovation challenges. These challenges are from the companies. They bring us the challenges that they would like solutions, and then we connect our researchers and also the startups to solve their problems. It has been a great program for us because we are learning a lot with this kind of project. So the APTA ecosystem now that we have, the major areas are these ones that we are working with: artificial intelligence, information technology and blockchain, robotics and mechatronics, biotechnology and genetics. But we have all those things. So this is, you can see that the 7 institutions together can deal with a lot of challenges. Now about Rio Grande do Sul. Rio Grande do Sul, we have our friend here, Dr. Luciano. He is from the Federal University of Santa Maria in the south of Brazil. And they also conduct a nice work in innovation. They have their technology part. They are dealing with agri-tech, sustainable technologies, bioinputs, and food tech. And they also have an extremely interesting living lab there with 200 hectares and projects with teaching, research, extension, innovation, and they are dealing with agriculture machinery, digital platforms and monitoring systems, fertilizers and seeds, bioinputs. And they also make partnerships with public and private companies. So I would like to thank, and I'll give a special thank to Mr. Ângelo Maurício, that is from the Embassy of Brazil, that brought us here. So we are very happy to be here, to know the Indian problems, because we have been here since last Saturday. We were at ICAR for this week. We could understand what are the interesting the interesting research that have been conducted, and we see that we can really make a lot of work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ana, for such an insightful session on Brazilian innovation ecosystem and the experience of Sao Paulo, state Brazil. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of the second session of this day, which is named as Shakti. And before we end it officially, it's time that I invite Dr. Alok B. Mukherjee, the Director, Research, Analytics and Modeling, Leads Connect, on the stage to felicitate our esteemed guest. We have Mr. Luhan K. Ruz Bahal. I would request Luhan to please join us on the stage. And I would like to thank him for his beautiful presence and making this presentation and even the event so special and so insightful. Luhan, I would request you to please join us on the stage. And everyone, please give it up for the gentleman.
Sir.
Now I request Mr. Alok to please go ahead with it. And next, I request Dr. Anna Yusenha to please join us on the stage. And I would like to thank her for her warm and beautiful presence and for such an insightful presentation on the Brazilian innovation ecosystem and the experience of Sao Paulo State, Brazil. Everyone, give it up for this beautiful collaboration, for these amazing people. And I would request Dr. Alok to also come forward. A huge round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much.